Kia ora, no mai haere mai, hello and welcome. This is Deborah McMahon talking astrology with you. And today we're talking about the astrological forecast for the week starting on 1 August 2022. This week, the sun will transit between 8 and 14 degrees of Leo. It's birthday week for many of the Leos in our lives when the sun returns to the place it was in the zodiac when they were born to shine its light on them. May you have many happy solar returns, Leo. Each week, the moon moves through about a quarter of the zodiac. This week, she transits through parts of Virgo, all of Libra and Scorpio, and parts of Sagittarius. These are the key aspects for the week. We start the week with two planets in dignity, and that's the Sun in Leo and Saturn retrograding in Aquarius. But later in the week, we will see a change of dignity for Mercury. On Monday, the sun moves into trine with Jupiter at 8 degrees of Leo and Aries. Across Monday and Tuesday, we have a sequence of interconnected events. We have conjunctions involving Uranus, Mars, and the moon's north node, all in the same degree of Taurus. This triple conjunction is significant, and its influence can describe the entire week, really. Across Tuesday and Wednesday, we experience Venus moving into sextile with the trio of Uranus, Mars, and the moon's north node from Cancer to Taurus. Thursday brings the ingress of Mercury into Virgo, and we finish the week with Uranus at 18 degrees and 47 arc minutes of Taurus, moving slower and slower, readying for its retrograde station towards the end of August. Here are the charts, and as usual, these are set in New Zealand time. So if you live outside of New Zealand, you might find that these transits perfect a few hours differently according to your time zone. You can convert these for your part of the world if you like, but they will be approximately right. The ascendant, midheaven, and house placements won't be relevant to you unless you live in the same part of the world as me. But wherever you are in the world, the planets will still be in these signs and degrees and in the same relationship with each other. When we have planets in their home signs, this means that they are more able to express their essential natures more easily. They are more able to be themselves. The sun is more sun-like when in Leo, for example. The sun gives us our sense of self and is the source of our vitality and creativity. And when the sun is in Leo, we shine brightly. It's easier to be ourselves, to be the confident expression of our younger selves when we were the center of our own experience. We operate from the heart in a sense of warmth when the sun is in Leo, and friendships may feature more prominently. Saturn introduces structures and limits, and Aquarius is fixed air, so we may see this placement show itself in firmly held ideas, so firmly held that we could call them ideals about how the world ought to be. Aquarius is a progressive sign and may revel in holding views outside of traditional authority on an issue, but it is also egalitarian, and what Aquarius wants for itself, it also wants for us all. There will be an area in your life being influenced by this dignified Saturn currently, and the area will be indicated by where 22 degrees of Aquarius is in your natal astrology. Sun trine Jupiter on Monday. When the sun connects by trine to Jupiter, it is considered a lucky day. And when Jupiter is hardly moving because of its recent station, meaning that its optimism and faith are amplified, then we could be feeling very lucky indeed. Could we overestimate our abilities? Sure, it's possible, but that won't dull our appetite to take a personal risk. And maybe the risk will pay off. Who knows? Monday also starts our series of triple conjunctions in Taurus. Now, what I'm about to discuss is when these conjunctions perfect, but really they should be considered pretty much as a continuous event influencing most of this week. And to be fair, we may have been feeling its build-up since late last week. We start with the conjunction of Uranus and the moon's north node at 18 degrees and 41 arc minutes of Taurus. These are both disruptive influences in the usually sedate and stable sign of Taurus. Uranus speeds things up, and it likes to break old structures in favor of a brave new world. A little breakdown is necessary for the breakthrough, according to Uranus. The moon's north node is hungry to achieve in the material world, and perversely, when in Taurus, it's hungry for simplicity and groundedness, and yet it also desires things of value and has an appetite for feeding the senses. It is known as Rahu, the head of the dragon in Jyotish astrology, the form practiced most widely in India, and its presence is often accompanied by a little chaos. We may see this influence play out more on the world stage with fast-breaking developments in technologies that feed our senses, or technological currencies, or agricultural technologies or disruptions to the food supply. If it touches your chart more personally, then you may feel the need for a little more freedom in an area of your life that you have previously felt to be steadfast. The next day, Tuesday, we see the conjunction of Mars and the moon's north node at 18 degrees and 33 arc minutes of Taurus. We've just spoken of hungry Rahu, and now Mars brings an element of pursuit. Mars signifies our physical energy and our ability to assert ourselves and pursue our desires. Now, Mars in Taurus is ordinarily our least Mars-like Mars, but when in combination with Rahu, long-held restraint may just snap as we leap into the pursuit of what we want. The suddenness of our actions could very well surprise us. Then later that same day, we see Mars and Uranus join together in conjunction at 18 degrees and 42 arc minutes of Taurus. These two planets in combination can be quite volatile and at the very least suggest a quickening of pace. Any thoughts of rebellion could well be followed up by action. Tuesday and Wednesday brings another influence feeding into this triple conjunction. It's the sextile of Venus with the trio in Taurus. Now, a sextile is a supportive aspect, and Venus is the lesser benefic, so this conjunction is a helpful moderator. And what's even more helpful is a little astrological reception. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and since the trio are in Taurus, their accidental ruler during this transit is Venus, who is in a supportive aspect with them. There's still a lot brewing in Taurus, but the connection to this sensitive, nurturing Venus in Cancer could take the edge of any destructive elements, or our concerns to nurture and keep home safe may play into this. If you're interested in this sequence, it starts with Venus perfecting her sextile with the moon's north node, or Rahu, on Tuesday evening. She perfects her sextile with Uranus just as we tip into Wednesday. And then later on Wednesday, she perfects her sextile with Mars. Venus influences our appreciation of beauty and art and our want for connection with others and for harmony. She can also signify the possessions that we value, feelings of self-worth, or money. Thursday brings the ingress of Mercury into Virgo. This is a significant change of dignity for Mercury, since Virgo is its home sign and therefore it has dignity by domicile, and Virgo is also its sign of exaltation. Our ability with language could be heightened during this transit, and in this humble, helpful sign, it's likely to show in our abilities to be thoughtful, discriminating, and perceptive over the next 3 weeks. We may want to put our minds to practical service. However, a strengthened Mercury can overstimulate the nervous system, and it's possible we could also sweat the small stuff. We finished the week with Uranus at 18 degrees and 47 arc minutes of Taurus. So not only does this week bring the triple conjunction in Taurus involving Uranus, Uranus is really starting to slow, readying for its retrograde in a couple of weeks' time. And as we know, as a planet slows, its significations intensify. The unexpected is what to expect with an empowered Uranus. It also signifies technology and revolution, and our want for more freedom will be strengthened. Uranus is an outer planet, so it's possible that this may play out more on the world stage than in our own lives, unless we have a planet in our personal astrology at the same degree of Taurus, or interacting with it by aspect, in which case this could be a very complex week for you. You have an added influence at play. The parts of your chart to look at are the opposing point at 18 degrees of Scorpio, or the squaring points in Leo and Aquarius, or the trining points in Virgo and Capricorn. When Uranus and Taurus affects us personally, we may find a desire to break free from that which we have counted on, or even become complacent about. Maybe we're rethinking our reliance on supermarkets and considering our alternatives. Or perhaps it's time to change our internet provider or change our long-term financial strategy. For us all, the themes opened up this week could continue until near the end of August, when Uranus reaches its retrograde station, and then return again in May of 2023, when the maverick planet returns to the same part of the zodiac after completing its backwards trek. Wow, overall, this appears to be a week packed with potential. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for your time. As always, you can encourage me to continue with these weekly forecasts with a like, comment, share, or subscribe. My aim is to provide about 10 minutes of astrology to consume with your morning coffee, and to keep this focused on personal astrology, how it plays out in our daily lives. Noho oro mai. Stay well. Goodbye until next week.